It's no secret we all want to make smart investments. The hard part is figuring out what to do. We live in an unpredictable world, and as the recent global events has forcefully reminded us, with markets prone to volatility and cycles that can be challenging to time, what fundamental philosophies should we be relying upon for long-term investing success? Compounding is an investment idea as powerful as it is timeless. And I don't want you to take my word for it. I'll let three of the smartest people in history share their views on this compelling but simple concept. Then I'll show you how we use it at Safehold in a very powerful way. These geniuses are Benjamin Franklin, Albert Einstein, and Warren Buffett. Franklin was fascinated by compounding and built a legacy employing it in his Franklin Trust for Boston and Philadelphia, turning approximately $4,000 into nearly $6.5 million. Einstein was rumored to have called compounding one of the most powerful forces in the universe, the eighth wonder of the world. And Buffett called it one of the three things that made him rich when he said his wealth has come from a combination of living in America, some lucky genes, and compound interest. So at Safehold, we landed on an asset class that captures the power of compounding, one that has already been utilized by some of the world's wealthiest families and many enduring institutions. And that asset class is ground leases. One of the things that's so appealing about Safehold ground leases is they are an investment that generates long-term, contractually increasing cash flows. What particularly captured our interest at Safehold was the escalating shape of the rental payments, because typical Safehold ground lease payments contractually grow and compound 2% annually for 99 years. In addition, a typical Safehold ground lease contains CPI lookbacks, providing inflation protection during the lease term. A viable proxy for a Safehold ground lease are long-term, high-grade bonds, since they both occupy similar senior positions in the capital structure. However, when you compare the compounding, escalating cash flows of Safehold's modern ground lease portfolio to the returns of investment instruments with comparable risk and maturity profiles, Safehold can generate significant excess values. A great example is MIT's 100-year bonds. They're traded in the market every day with substantial volume. Let's take a look at this graph, which is illustrative of Safehold's ground lease portfolio versus MIT's 100-year bonds. The gray line on the bottom of the graph represents MIT's 100-year notes, high grade and long duration. However, the blue shaded area is illustrative of the excess returns of Safehold's portfolio, which are created by that 2% compounding bump structure embedded within typical Safehold ground leases. No wonder ground leases have been a favorite investment of some of the wealthiest investors for centuries. To capture these benefits, we created a company, Safehold, the first publicly traded, nationally scaled, institutional quality company, making ground leases an asset class available to every investor who can benefit from the compounding nature of these contractually obligated rental payments. Thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to telling you more about our ground lease product and the many advantages which it creates.